On my way. Special lady, ooh yeah, I can't get her off my mind. She's one of a kind, and I ain't about to deny it. It's a special kind of thing with you.
Hey y'all, and welcome back to the channel. Glad to have y'all here tonight. Y'all see what it is. We are back to talk Love is Blind UK, y'all. And I have a lot of thoughts. I know the guest panelists on tonight have a ton of thoughts. So without further ado, let's bring them up, honey, because listen, it's going to get messy, but I think we're going to learn something tonight. If we don't do nothing else, we're going to learn something. First to the stage, Struggle Reviews TV. How are you doing today, friend?
I'm okay. I'm just loving the background where it says delusional in all bold caps.
That part, because it's accurate. Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. I'm excited to talk about the show because it's some stuff to discuss.
Definitely some subject matter. Was it as good as the US versions, in your opinion?
Absolutely not. Child, they lagging. They are far behind. But I think this one might be a grower type situation.
A grower, not a shower. Next to the stage, we have D Movieman. Welcome, D. How are you doing today? And yeah, how does this compare with the US version for you?
See, the issue is I don't have the extensive US version like everyone else. First, sorry, I'm doing great and I'm happy to be here. But yeah, I don't have the full US experience. I've seen clips here and there. And I think that because of that, I've seen more, the clips I've seen more shenanigans and foolery more than anything else. And so I guess with this, I kind of like the fact that I see something that seems somewhat more genuine and organic, but that's just based off of my experience so far.
Okay. And last but not least, we have Kay Bly at the Fifth Wall. Hey, Kay, how are you doing today? And do you think that the UK version compared to the US versions?
Firstly, your intro song took me out. Okay.
Episode 1. So,
and no, as much as reality TV shows as I watch, I didn't watch Love is Blind because I didn't think it was going to be ratchet as, Housewives and Love and Hip Hop. So I'm a Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm that kind of reality person. So y'all have brought me into a new threshold of reality TV, and I'm like, where is the ratchet?
You got to go back,
Where
baby.
is it?
I started watching Love is Blind 2 seasons ago, and I think I came for the foolery because season 5 was a hot mess. Hey, Monique69 Ways, welcome. Hey, Breeze. Monique says, listen, I don't watch Love Island anything, but my daughter does. And then she corrected, she said, Love is Blind, she means. So she really don't watch reality. Hey, Jasmine, welcome. Hey, Tony, hope you're having a good night. Rod says, LOL, I don't even watch this show, but I love y'all's discussions and recaps. That's what we like to see, Rod.
Yeah.
We love you real bad. We do. Hey, Aisha, welcome. Hey, pretty girl. Hey, Tony, welcome. Miriam says, I didn't even watch it all yet, but I had to come see y'all, and we appreciate you being here. We appreciate it. Okay, y'all, you know what it is. I'm not going to waste any time. We've got a lot to talk about. Okay, so why not just get right into it? And let me just adjust a little scenery right here real quick. Again, we're going to repeat it because delusional is the word. I am going to start with you, Tyra. Overall thoughts of these first 4 episodes, because if you guys don't know who are watching, Love is Blind typically airs over the course of 3 weeks, right? We have the first week where they kind of lay the foundation. They are in the pods, they're meeting one another, and they're making their choices of who they want to marry. The next week, they're going to do like a mixer where all the couples will meet each other, the other castmates, and then they'll live together for a couple weeks. And then in the final week, we'll get like the finale decision, maybe a reunion. But Tyra, overall thoughts of these first 4 episodes?
Slow. About as dry as they could possibly be. I have been watching this show since the very first season, with Cameron in there when it was real tasty. Normally, I could find one couple that I'm rooting for. Like, you know what? I don't care who makes it to the altar. I need these two to make it because I just love them together. I want to see what this blossoms into. I am not rooting or caring about a single soul, and I don't feel okay about that. I don't feel okay with that. There seemed to be a whole lot of crying these few episodes. Like, I was like, first of all, if y'all not gonna have no action and no ratchetness, as Kay said, don't be trying to pluck at my heartstrings with all this tears. Like, it was too much crying for me, and everybody was just gorgeous and model-esque, and it doesn't feel it's genuine. They threw a couple of people in there, but I swear everybody looks like a statue, and it's just like it's not feeling as genuine as it used to be. And we all know the tricks and the trade of reality TV, but something just feels off with this season. I am not invested in one single couple. I need some more. Now, Greece was beautiful. Greece, I feel like, okay, I was like, okay, it's about to pick up. We're here. And then, of course, it went off. So I'm going to just wait. I'm going to wait until the 14th comes back and, see if it really picks up for me. But I will not be sitting here lying like, oh, girl, I was like, child, let's look at the paint on that wall.
Lord have mercy. And yo guy, Dane C. He cancel all these trash reality shows. Never, Dane. Never. Because what would we do during the off season? D, overall thoughts of the first 4 episodes. Did you get anything out of it?
Listen, far be it from me to dismiss or attempt to undermine the lofty standards of Stroke Reviews TV. But I shall say that on my end, it was enjoyable enough. All I've seen thus far is that first season with Lauren and Cameron, and I definitely was enjoying their dynamic, and then that other person who shall remain unnamed. But yeah, I think maybe because I'm used to shenanigans with these shows, and I haven't had the experience. For me, it was cool. I'm glad at least there was enough. I'm glad there was at least enough going on to where so we have at least a couple of folks that can get properly clocked in this discussion. So I think that is enough for me.
I second that emotion, DK. Last but not least, overall thoughts of episodes 1 through 4.
I'm with Tyra. I'm like, is this like a model hookup type thing? Like, why does everybody look like royals and runway people? And I'm like, it's just, are they concerned with like the image of the show, or over the quality of the show? I don't know. I'm just like, it's something that was just like, that was just strange to me, because I'm like, I'm no stranger to reality TV show, but it's just like, uh, it's like, does everybody want to get in the acting business? Because everybody like, I'm gonna just come look my best. I'm gonna put on a performance. I'm gonna give them, I'm gonna lean into my emotions and really go for it. So I'm like, I'm ready to see how the rest of this show plays off, and if I want to see some cracks in the system.
It comes.
You know, I mean, we know that all of these reality shows now in I say the better part of 5 to 8 years or so have really been gravitating to a recruitment, right? So it's not so much people signing up for this show out of a want or a need, but their agent connects them with it. So I wouldn't say that that's far off. A lot of times it's beauty over substance, right, in these spaces. But y'all, let's talk about the Black cast that we never really got to see. Well, I'll say we saw a couple of them, but I thought it deserved a slide. I thought it deserved a discussion, because when I saw this man down here, the restaurateur in the little tan in the bottom left-hand side of your screen, I said, why am I not seeing him in the pods? This is like my biggest qualm with the show, is because there's so many people there. I think they could give us outtakes. They could give us those moments or those dates or scenarios that went really, really bad, and it would make for great television. Kay, I'll start with you. What did you think about kind of the missing cast? Because you see them all here. There was a good 8.
So I'm wondering, okay, so what happens to these people when if they don't couple up? Like what are they doing? Are they still like just hanging out, or are they waiting to meet somebody, or is it like y'all got to go home? Because I was like, where is that one Black guy, or where's that other brown skinned girl? Like, where are they meeting? Are they talking to people? Because the only time I see them is when they in like the main room. Are they getting any action? I'm like, yeah, because I'm confused about that part, because I'm like, y'all keep showing. I catch them like in the, when you see somebody in the corner of your eye. So I'm like, I know I saw something, but like, where's their mate? Where's their partner? I'm confused.
So everybody's dating in the pods, and allegedly it's all being filmed, but only the couples that are, I guess, the most entertaining or actually potential matches or the best matches are shown.
Oh, so I mean, throw the Negroes to the side then, huh?
But
then again, it's the UK. You know what? I shouldn't be surprised.
That we didn't see Dr. Shirley. But we saw Nicole, we saw Bobby, Ollie Demi. But Bobby to me was racially ambiguous. I wasn't sure. D, what did you think about the missing Black cast? Or did you have thoughts about it?
I will definitely co-sign what Kay said as far as trying to figure out what happens. I know it gets filmed, but as far as we know, these people just disappear into the ether somewhere in the void, or for all we know, they just keep them trapped in the pods. Who's to really say? However, my first thought as I got to the end of these 4 episodes, I was just like, justice for Dr. Shirley. And I just feel like as soon as I saw her, I was just like, I know how this works. So yeah, she's probably doomed. And I was correct. And I feel like, how do we say this? I just feel like, I just feel like people who look like, or women who look like Dr. Shirley, and I'll just say this. I know that people who look like Dr. Shirley, or have a similar skin tone, Aaron, or we know that's not the priority here. So I just feel like I just don't see it as being something that they prioritize from a visual standpoint. So I'll just say that I wasn't surprised. Is it disappointing? Yes, but I see this all the time. And I wasn't surprised that they chose to prioritize the people who just so happen to be entertaining, but also happen to be of a certain hue and a certain racial makeup.
Well, now Tyra, What you think? You not new to this. You true to Love Is Blind.
You know they say having these babies in the back. Shirley did not stand a chance. What is the young lady who was in the last season of Love Is Blind, and she was dark skinned and she was beautiful?
With Clay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I don't
Everybody went up for her because it was rare. Like, oh, we got one. That should not be the case. That we have to get one and just be able to see a beautiful Black woman dating a potential fiance to get married. Like, and then maybe she was stacked. Everybody was drooling on that cast. They didn't know what to do last season. Mm-hmm. Normally, this is what we get. Whether it's the UK or whatever version, I think that's why we went up for South Africa as well. It's like, oh, everybody is Black, everybody's dark. We finally get to see that. I would have loved to see, Ollie was there. We had Craig David, but with this season and how much I feel like it was lacking, I was like, baby, if this was the bread and butter, you mean to tell me wasn't nothing going on? Miss Shirley wasn't doing nothing in the back that was better than what we had here. Could have been like, you can't tell me that Shirley or AA Ron won offering something. Right. Something that we could have seen. Even the quick little snippet they showed her one time. I think she was playing like a game with one of and I was like, a Shirley, and we
gone.
I was so like, Shirley was so beautiful. I just wanted to see this talk. I just wanted to see. They should be able to show us a little bit more of the dating process, but they don't. They would rather, sink into the moments of emotional, heartwarming, like, oh, we're connected overnight because we both grew up without a father. Like, oh, that's cool. That's cute. But I wanted to see Shirley and I wanted to see AA Ron. And I wanted to see little baby down. Who is it? Charlotte? Is that what that says? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was waiting, like certain people that I wanted to see. I would love to know what the vetting process is, because you see these people dating individually in these pods and you're like, you know what, if you just put this person with that person right there, they might have a better connection. I feel like they would match. They never end up with those people ever, or you don't see them dating. So, but yeah, the Black people will most often be background filler, which is sad.
Which ticks me off, because that kind of defeats the entire process of what Love Is Blind is supposed to be, right? They can't see, the other person on the other side of the wall can't see Dr. Shirley's skin color, but the crew, the production, the editors, I mean, that's who's making these decisions. And it's worrisome to me. And we see it over and over again. So I shouldn't expect anything different, but I always expect people to be better. Pretty Girl Danny says, it was definitely giving clickbait vibes. We're all inclusive. Look how many Black people we put on our ad poster. Well, I ain't want to say it, but you said it. Miriam says, well, I called him Craig David too. He's old Craig David though. Let's draw a line in the sand and call a thing. He's definitely old Craig David, not current Craig David. Dane says, nobody watches these shows to see people match. They only watch to drama to see get quote unquote expo. Okay. Well, no, Dane, see, I can't say that. While I do enjoy the drama, I am a girly who loves love. Right. And so I love to see people win at it. I love to see a true love connection. I'd love another South Africa show or something else adjacent to it. Blackity black. I'd be here for that. Tony Roberts says they'll probably be back for the group barbecue. You know what? They always will come back. Because that's how they do. Joan Bennett says AD from the US version. Yes, thank you, Miriam. Thank you, Joan, for that. It was AD. Hey, just my opinion reviews. The View with Drew says, hey, what's up, everyone? Hey. Okay, let's get on. Let's ease on down this road. But we had to take time out for that. Now we have the ladies, because they wouldn't all get an individual slides at all. And I'll run it down real quick. Nicole started strong for me, but later pissed me off to my highest level of pissed offedness, but we'll talk about that. Kat is a liar, a cheat, a manipulator, a scammer, and she's not even as cute as she thinks she is, in my opinion. Next, in the orange, we have Demi. I loved her down real bad. My fear for her is she was giving so much more than what she received, and that hurt my feelings. Down at the bottom left in the pink, we have Jasmine. And my good sis Jasmine, that lady got discernment and she stood on big business, and I liked her for that. Next, we have Maria. I think Maria wanted that D. I think that's what she was about. I didn't get deep. I don't know. When she talked about her daddy passing, yeah, that got me a little bit, but I don't know. It felt very topical still for me in surface. I didn't feel really, I don't know. Her and Tom, we'll talk about it. And then Sabrina was dry and boring to me. But Dee, I'm going to start with you first. Talk to me about these ladies. Did you have a favorite? Did you have a least favorite? Tell us about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say Nicole and Demi were my standouts to begin with, and then Nicole just, yeah, I feel like Nicole was riding on the freeway, and then she just took this off ramp straight into hell, and I don't know how that happened, but yeah. Outside of that, yeah, I would say Demi was probably my favorite. I love the personality and just, I don't know, I gravitate to people who are just very lively and just very quirky, and just I really enjoy their personality. But I do agree with what you said about just the dynamic there. Like I'm enjoying it, but I'm just worried about what the outcome of that is going to be. As far as Cat, I just, from the beginning, I just felt like my spidey senses went off a little bit, and I wasn't surprised that eventually the bird feathers sprouted in time. I just was like, I don't know. And then as we went on, I was like, oh, okay, so this is kind of what I thought. I tried to give everybody a fair shake, but I was just like, And as far as the rest, I definitely agree with what you said about Jasmine. And it's too bad that the advice and the information that she was trying to extend to Nicole was not received in the manner that it should have been.
Raggedy. Tyra.
Why Nicole do Thor like that? What you're not gonna do is mess over man bun, okay? What? You know what? With Nicole projecting to be more on the spiritual side, and it's more about feeling and synergy and vibes, and one with the universe as energy. I was like, how did we end up here? As soon as we meet, what's the name? Sam over here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, child, it was giving. If you watch this show enough, the ones who show up there with the plan. Like, I'm trying to be seen. I want to be discovered. I want to be on TV. Maybe I don't want to be an actor, but maybe I just want notoriety and fame, and all the whatever can be thrown at me from me being on this show. He gave that off, so I was like, girl, how did we leave that and go to this? It just felt so disjointed. So when she makes her decision later and of course regrets it, it's like, girl, you did this to yourself. I can't even do that. You could clearly see that Sam was focused on the wrong thing, which brings me down there. The little mama in the pink, was that Jasmine?
Mm-hmm.
She was doing what needed to be done. She was doing what needed to be done, because what you're not going to do is sit here and tell me stuff that I want to hear. Soon as he got there and he's talking about his nose job and all the things that he's done to focus on his outer beauty, it was giving, you're focused on the wrong thing, and it was kind of getting shallow. I was like, okay, but we could be that. Maybe he's, somebody that's going to grow within the show. But as soon as he got into the pods and his interaction with the ladies, it just wasn't giving, in the way that he kept gaslighting Jasmine down there at the bottom. Oh, just trust me. I'm a real, like, just girl, when he threw that little gauntlet, that one, not you mad because somebody sees you for who you are. Little mama's in the white here. This little heifer. She gave me nothing. I didn't like how she was trying to play on Demi's time. Like, her, when she did that little stunt where I'm trying to be the bigger person, like, I'm gonna let you have that, because I'm just like first of all, I said, when you came in the room, did you see a card for your birthday? Did you see anything in here? You didn't see a damn thing. Not that this is a competition of who's doing what, but her just trying to project being the bigger person, and I'm just rooting for Demi, and I really like her, when all the while it's giving, I'm better, like, but look at me. Like, girl, please spread that on somebody else's bread. Poor little Demi. I just wanted Demi to end up with somebody else. We watch the show enough. We know who the F boys are. We know who the F boys are, who come on here pretending to want more than they really do, and all along, it's this shit. I don't know if it's the vacation, you're just trying to go hang, trying to, just be on TV, whatever it is. You have no intention of being with anybody on this show, regardless of how they look, and ending up at that altar and getting married. So why are you here? for her to get Ollie going out hard for Ollie. She was drawing pictures in that card. She was dangerous. Like she was being all vulnerable. And he just doesn't give that. I was like, oh. And we've seen this enough to know that once we transition into the rest of the show, it's going to be all cool with Demi and, oh, you're just so gorgeous. Then when we see Miss Thing over here in this white, it's going to be a different story. Or if he sees anything else he likes, it's going to be a different story. And all of a sudden, Demi's not going to look as good anymore. It's going to be dry. I really hate that for Demi because she clearly has self-esteem issues. I'm like, Demi, you bad, girl, you bad. Demi, you bad, girl, you thick. What was you talking about? You look good. But you know, that's that. These two things are the women at the bottom here. This one down here in the green, you know, her and her titties showing up before she does. I'm sorry, they didn't really do anything for me. The guy who ended up with Mama in the green, I was really hoping that he had chose the other woman, but he didn't, and we saw how that went, child. She was so hurt. They be so hurt these guys. And
After
her over here, she didn't really leave a lasting impression for me. I just don't know. I have no expectations for what that's gonna be. She's cute. That's all I got.
She's had a beautiful gown, cute dress. Yeah, I'm a read Cat down at some point, but I'm gonna save it because when I tell you she's diabolical, and she definitely played on Demi's top, like she's something to look at. Girl, find something to do. Kay, talk to me about who's your favorite. Who can't you stand?
You know, I'm rooting for Demi. I really am, but I really feel like the guy that she picked is going to friend zone her. And that's her fear, is that that's going to happen, because I feel like he's shallow. I feel like he has some trauma. He definitely is giving like F-boy vibes. Like I know how much you like me, so I'm going to use that to my advantage, and that give me permission to kind of do what I want to do, and then know that you probably might still be there when I need to pick you back up, type things. And I don't want that for her. Miss Thing in the Grinch dress over here. So that guy that he picked you after telling that one girl that they ain't got sexual chemistry, and then he goes and picks you. Like, you good with that? like that's the kind of guy that you want. That's like you cool and everything, and he don't even know what she looked like, but you ain't got sexual chemistry with her through the wall. But then it's just like, I think I got that with you. That's the man that you want. That's all that you have. That's very, very shallow. Miss Brunette over here, completely forgettable. What's the name in the pink? Ain't she the one that's with a smart guy? I don't think that he is her type.
Bobby.
Oh my God.
TJ Henderson. I told the chat, girl, it's TJ Henderson. That's a smart guy.
I feel like she might like him. Like personality wise, I feel like they might have like a lot of in common as friends. I'm not sure if like friendship and like partnership is like the same thing with them. I will see, but I feel like they would make good friends in the end if it doesn't work out.
That's the one couple I see making it out of this.
I don't know. I just feel like for some reason that because they have a good friendship. I really feel like they would have a good friendship. I'm not sure if the romance would be there, but the friendship I can see.
You
Nicole,
don't think he clapped them cheeks in Greece? You don't think he clapped them cheeks that first night?
I don't know. I don't
know who
know.
did get them cheeks clapped is thinking of white. We had sex. Oh my God, we did it twice.
Exactly. So happy about it, and just she's aggravating, and I need her to have less camera time, like less. It's too. I see her face way too much, and I would like not to. And Nicole, stop telling people that you spiritual and do yoga, and that you meditate and all this. I have spiritual connections, and I do yoga, and I like to be grounded and be out in nature and stuff. Stop lying, because if you did, you would have seen old boy coming from a mile away, because ain't no way you claim to be that connected with the universe and the universe not be sending you red flags and the alarm going off. Stop the cap, because ain't no way.
The Lord came down.
She followed her heart.
Her gut. Her gut.
No way.
Got a bad gut. The
We
Lord
see him
came
through
and sent her. The Lord sent her two signs, two separate times, two rams in the bush separately. And she still said she was going to choose that loser. But y'all, we're going to get into it when we get into these couples. I'm a reader down bad. She and Kat, they can both get all of this work. Now we have the men folk, y'all. Starting with long hair, don't care in this navy in the top middle. If y'all don't know, this is Benaiah. Okay, Benaiah saved. When I heard that name, I said, that sounds like a biblical name. I said, I like him already. I think he's an industrial landscaper, and I'm fine with that. He's a nomad. I'm fine with that because you know why? He connected with that woman like in a real way, so much so that he cared more about his heart than him leaving with someone. Benaiah, that's a good man, Savannah, and I stand on that. My next favorite, down at the bottom on the left-hand side, we have Steven. Steven is a man. Steven is a full-grown, full beard that connects, grown, sexy man. I liked everything about Steven. Again, y'all know I think Sabrina is a dud, but that's a good man. He made up his mind, wasn't no wavering, wasn't no back and forth. It was like, I want you. I'm going to have you. I'm going to get you. I liked that for him. Freddie is just mid for me. He's very handsome, top right with the blazer on. You know, he's handsome guy, model-esque, as Tyra would say, but he didn't give me a whole lot of depth. I do like his accent. He kind of sounds like the Geico Gecko, and I like that for him. Bobby, little Bobby, the one they call TJ Henderson in the top left. Take him or leave him because I don't even know what a luxury shopping consultant is on the cruise ship. Like, I don't know what you do. You place the online orders for the people. I don't get it. I don't get it. Ollie or Craig David Sr. He ain't give all he thought he gave. He walked around with this bravado like he was just him. I saw F-boy vibes in the very beginning, but I thought he was going to turn it around. I thought that when he got with Demi and they were talking and sharing all this stuff, I was like, oh, he's going to be good. When they get to Greece, it's a different story. They said their night was PG. He didn't give her none. He didn't give her none of the D. He didn't even slap her with it. Nothing. I didn't like that. And then finally, we have Sam, bottom right hand. This is one of the worst, most diabolical cast members that I've seen in a long time. When he opened his mouth the first time, I said, oh no. On Instagram, they call him the Great Value BJ Novak. If you watch The Office, you know who we're talking about. And that's him. I said, we don't care about your chiseled abs that you got put in. We don't care about your hair plugs for men. We don't care about your eyelid surgery, your facelift. Like, none of that, sir. Go and get some therapy, Buki. And I'm going to sit him right there. Tyra, best and worst of these guys. What? How you feel?
Got away with the ladies, then it's keeping it real. This old TJ Henderson here, this gonna be I don't know who Bobby is, honey. That is Taj Mari. Bobby does nothing for me personally, but I could see why Jasmine would opt for Bobby, especially when Sam is your option. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go with who's being vulnerable and really talking to me and all that good stuff. Did he rap her a song or sing her a song? Like Bobby was out here making effort, and Bobby. Yeah, he did. He gives gentleman. I'm looking forward to seeing the relationship blossom between him and Jasmine. It's not a lot, but it's something, and that's what I can do. The man with the beard connecting at the bottom of the suit. Hello, sir. How do you do? Fine man. The woman's boring. Okay, she's boring. She's boring, but that man is fine. I'm sticking around just to see that man and see him put moisturizer on that beard. I don't give a damn what they got going on in their relationship. I don't care if they make it. I'm just waiting to see him in some more of these suits and, rub some good old oil on that beard. That's all I got. Oh, first of all, Tony in the chat talking about, I keep calling that man Beanie Hunter. Why don't you calling him Beanie Hunter? Oh, he seemed really genuine. And I was confused by Nicole's choice of, like, I just feel like you're not being, sharing. We're not. I was like, girl, what do you want? why would you opt for a Sam down here who is just telling you what you want to hear? Like it's it was just really weird to me how she kind of jumped out of nowhere, and it was just all about Sam because I was like, oh, not y'all behind these walls, but y'all got y'all matching vibes along with y'all matching bracelets, low key. Like it's looking like it would fit. I would think that she would have enough discernment to lean more towards that. Even with him taking that leap, it would be different if he was the only one to have told her, you know what, Sam is not like, okay, you know what, he's just thinking about himself. This is for his favor. You heard this twice from two different individuals and still opted to choose Sam. Freddie is just, Freddie looks like a model. I'm thinking that there's going to be a lot more depth to Freddie than we're maybe getting just now. I have to keep rewinding back to understand why Freddie. I should just put the caption on when Freddie is talking, because sometimes, but I don't even be caring what Freddie's saying. Just Freddie is just eye candy. Like, I'm sorry, I wish I was more invested. But I feel like he's gonna wake Miss Mama's up because she's also looking at Freddie like, oh, he looks good. But I think when Freddie comes out of that honeymoon stage and he has more expectations of her or calls her out on some of her BS, then we're gonna really get into Freddie. Ollie down here, child, Ollie thought he was the bee's knees at the function. He was the number one super intelligent, fine young gentleman. 10-year-old whiskey. That's the Pernace's little shorty with 1,000 IQ. Ollie is just familiar for what we've seen that makes it to the altar and does not work, or who opts for something and regrets the choice that he made and who he picked and tries to double back. Like it's the typical situation. I didn't know what Demi saw in him to be as vulnerable as she was with him, or try as hard as she was to like lock in. Oh, this is my guy. I was like, what is it? Because y'all can't see each other, and just the way he was communicating, I just felt like really what was it?
Cat wanted her a little melanated something. She got a type, baby. Watch at the next time what's gonna happen.
Should have got her 10-year-old whiskey bus in high school. She should have. That ain't the one. Oh, child, Sam is tall. I'll give him that. Sam is tall. Sam is just. I really wanted to like Sam. I really did. Because I thought he was, dealing with some insecurities when he came on, talking about how, all the things he's done to make his outer appearance whatever he wants it to be. But in the same breath stating, if I'm in a club, if I'm in a bar, I'm going to get noticed. I'm going to get chose. All these women are going to come up to me. But, don't assume that I'm that type of guy because, I'm deep. Like, I'm more than me. Like, shut up. I'm not here for any of that. And then just how he reacted to being called out on his BS and getting angry. Like, oh, she not believing my lies. Like, who the hell are you? It was just sad, and I felt bad for Nicole, but I don't feel bad for Nicole.
No, she had warning after warning. Kay, talk to me. The best and the worst.
But yeah, I think Bobby really does like Jasmine. I think he really does like her. But like I said, they seem. I'm trying to get to the romance part, but they just seem like they would be really good friends. But he seems like a good guy. His employment options, I am not too sure about. I need to look that up because how much does that pay? Because I feel like all these degrees I'm getting, I need to know what your paycheck look like at this point. Benaiah, I feel like y'all need to stop calling this man homeless. Okay, he said he is a landscaper or
industrial landscaper. He just travels.
Yeah, he got a good job. That don't mean he want to just stay in one place. He out here on the road. If he want to buy a house, I'm pretty sure he got a lot of money in the bank and he could do that whenever he want to. Okay, if this man ain't got no wife and kids, he got money to buy a house. But why? If he can travel, sir. And I think that he is the one that's really grounded. More so than Nicole, and she missed the calling right up there. She missed the signs for that, and I feel bad for. I think he needs to go and find somebody that will appreciate him for who he really is. and allow him to be open and vulnerable, just because he didn't jump right in like Sam with his pretentious self to say, I just need somebody to love me. You gonna kiss me good morning and good night? And Benaiah's like, we ain't even there. I don't even know you like that. Give me some time, okay? Obviously, it was a red flag, Nicole, that Sam is like, I'm gonna jump right on in there and be a full-blown marriage. We talking about being at the house and stuff already. Sir, you're not even secure with your own self, and it shows. You are very, very insecure. For you to be as tall as you are, way too insecure, and it shows, and it comes off as being very, very, very shallow, very superficial. Was the funeral home guy? You know, he looks like a royal. He looks like somebody that models, you know, on the catalogs they send you in the mail and stuff. He got a nice smile. You know, I'm pretty sure he's probably modeled for some glasses or something at Lens Crafter. I feel like I've seen him.
It's so specific, eh?
I feel like I've seen him with some glasses on a poster. And this Ollie, I'm just not. I'm not getting good vibes from Ollie. I'm not getting good vibes from him. And oh boy down there, know he can wear a suit, but I want to actually see what is his real intentions for a relationship. I'm not sure if he's ready for something serious, but he looked good in the suit.
Mm-hmm. Okay. D, talk to me about the men folk. Do you have a favorite? Do you have one that you despise?
Okay, so for starters, you could say that he's right. Ready, gifted, whatever. Your brother is smart. I had to end it.
You're a smart guy.
So yeah, y'all done ruined it for me, because yes, that is definitely what Bobby is giving. I do think that Bobby seems genuine. And it's well, as you yourself said, Ashley, he was definitely giving fun size. So I was surprised then when she was shorter than him. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess that works out all right. I think we'll just have to see how because it may be one of those where he's more into her. She is seemingly as much into him, but I'm not 100% sure if she is. But he seems to be very genuine between the two. I'm not gonna lie, the Benaiah was definitely running all through my brain, but I do. You know what? There was potential for a Cameron Lauren situation, but then Nicole is not Lauren, so that was unfortunately never going to happen. Let me just say, oh Lord, Mike, really? There's so much I can say, Mike, but I'm gonna let it be. But I just think, as far as the house sitting thing, I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't be mad at it, depending on the homes, depending on what I'm getting paid. I might take a few trips around the country, lay up in some condos, some homes, get some editing done. Like, look, I'm not mad at it, but I understand what that might say about stability. But I think as we see the person who seemingly lacks, being grounded and being stable, and the person who actually has those issues, it's a lot more clear as we get to that fourth episode. Freddie is definitely giving, Abercrombie model for sure. Definitely, I love the Manchester accent. I love accents in general, but I like his accent and his profession. It's very clear why Cat wants him, especially when we get into the fourth episode. He's cool, but it's like, is it one of those kind of style over substance type things? Like, I know he has the look, but does he really? Is it all up there, intellectually? I'm just wondering. As far as is it Steven, number 4?
Mm-hmm.
Bottom left.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is definitely giving brawny paper towels. That's all I thought when I saw him, and that's what it's continuing to give me now. He seems cool. Seems cool so far, and interested in seeing, like, he seems cool. Ollie, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but Craig David is one of those celebrities where I just feel like if there was ever an argument for like cloning. I just feel like how he looked on that first album, literally watching his music videos in the early 2000s and how he looks now, I'm just like, something happened that we're not discussing. And I think that Ollie obviously reflects one of those and not the other. I'm very confused, but it's just one of those great mysteries that will never be solved. So yeah, Ollie, I kind of got that big pimpin' vibe just from the beginning. He just, even before he even really said anything, you kind of had the look. In theory, I like it, what he's given Demi, but it's, as was said, I don't know how 100% genuine that is. I would love for it to be. Do I know if it is? Not. I'm shaky on it. As far as Sam, well, I'll just say this. Initially, when he was being transparent about the surgery and all that kind of stuff, I was kind of like, I mean, I was like, I appreciate you being open about this. I mean, if I get it, maybe you just really thought, hey, I need to get this beak plucked. And if that's something you felt like you needed to do, then that's fine. But in the words of Beyonce, I think it's your soul that needs the surgery, because the shenanigans that has gone on with this gentleman, there are no words for. So yes, definitely very clear who's on the bottom with him.
All right, y'all. All right. Now, this is a time in the show, in this live discussion, that I think it would be advantageous of us, and it would be doing a service, right, to give a PSA, some words of advice as it relates to red flags, because the way Nicole pissed me off so bad when all of the signs were there, when that man said, I think I love you, after she didn't confess her undying love to him. But here's what happened, Tyra, because you said, what happened? Why did she turn so quickly? And I'll tell you what happened. She unloaded her feelings, right, onto Benaiah. And he said, I'm not sure yet. I need a little bit more time to figure it out. She owned that as rejection and him telling her, I don't want you. And that's not what he was saying. He was saying, sis, give me another day or two. Like, we've talked for 2 days. Like, I'm not ready to say I want to spend my life with you. She took that as rejection. Looney Tune, BJ Novak, whoever came in the building and was like, I love you so bad. I love you. You've always been number one for me, baby. I want you. I need you. I gotta have you. Like, and what's crazy is that in the beginning, she literally said, something's off with him. I can't place it, but something just doesn't feel right about Sam. And then ran into his arms. Ladies and gentlemen of the chat, take this from your older sister. I don't think I'm old enough to be an auntie yet, but I can definitely be your older big sis. All right. Never let desperation put you into a situation that you can't easily get out of. This was not it. I would have rather Nicole go home than just to settle for low down dirty Sam and ignore warning after warning. I'm like, does the angel of the Lord have to come down, sit on your shoulder and tell you he's not good for you? You saw it. Benaiah told you. Jasmine told you. And so I would say that that's my word of advice for the ladies and gentlemen. Don't let desperation take you there. Tyra, do you have any words of advice for the people who are dating right now? Like, ways to avoid or ways to spot a red flag, sis?
Oh, I haven't dated in quite some time. I mean, trust your gut. People be sleeping on their gut and thinking with other body parts. Trust your gut. I can think of, times that I was dating and you knew, like, like deep down, I just feel like this isn't what this is or this is that. And, you just choose to ignore it because somebody look good or they had on some, some Burberry or some light blue, some good. Good old cologne or something. We're kind of focusing on the physical, which begs the question with this show, because they can't even see each other. You would think that all of the discernment in the world would be there, but it's just not for a lot of these people. This process seems really, really rushed. Really, really rushed. Like, just take your time and really vet someone before we get into being committed and, oh, I love you. Like, I just wish that these shows could really grow into maybe us saying I love yous later when we've had our, mock marriage or what. Like the instant I love yous in these pods take me out every time. Like you don't know. And I told you, it's just be very like, oh my God, like you wear your grandpa's ring. I wear my grandmother's bracelet. We're meant to be. Like it's the most surface level connections that you would ever want to have with somebody. And to be with someone truly, if you're really looking for somebody, it's never going to work if we're just focusing on the surface level. Oh, you like blue? I like blue too. You like long walks? Me too. Let's be together because I love you. No, no. Take your time, vet the people, see them at their worst, and then make your decision. Okay.
Amen. And just to add to that, just to piggyback on that, we see a lot of trauma dumping also that happens in these pods and in the show. And while there are certain things that are integral for your future partner to know, maybe like when the Demi said she had endometriosis, so it may be hard for her to conceive. I get that because we are in a pod type situation and it's quick. But let's not unload all of that stuff. D, I'm coming to you next. Do you have any words of advice for the folks out here dating, ways to avoid red flags?
So take this from someone who is conveniently conveniently, excuse me, that's the wrong word. Who is, excuse me. Take this from someone who is contentedly single and really sees attraction as cooties at my grown age. I think it is important that you. I think it's important that you really understand what a relationship is, what it requires. I'm talking about in every single way. I think a lot of people think of relationships as just this image. And of course, social media has only made that worse, but I feel like it's always been for a lot of people movies, television, music videos, books, even. I feel like people have this very rudimentary idea of what relationships entail and what it requires. And because they feel like I'm just ready, I always, me and my mom have a joke between us, but since Kay brought it up, but to quote Young Jock's wife on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, I just want to be married, bruh. And this, mind you, this is all while this man all of a sudden had this side baby and all these other shenanigans. Young Jock has like 8 children by what? 4 or 5 different women. And it was like this grown woman with I think she's a lawyer. She has, on her way trying to be a possible Supreme Court justice, judge, all these things. And you are sitting here on national television saying, well, I'm going to just dismiss all these things. Why? Because I want to be married, bruh. And you can never get to the point at any point in your life where it's just like, I just want to. No, like if it's not meant to be, if it's not what's best for you, and if it's not going to add to or benefit your life, then it's got to go. Just recognize that you're meant to be. Oh my God.
She hit the buttons on you, Dave. She hit the buttons on you, Dave.
Oh, he's like, that's it. But no, you're absolutely right. Again, you can't let desperation take you into a place that's not going to edify you and build you up and actually put in a better position than you are single. Like, right? Kay, words of advice for the people. A PSA, anything about detecting the red flags coming from a therapist. Let the people know, sis. What you got for us?
Coming from a married woman.
All the above. Therapy. You need to work on yourself first, because if you don't know who you are, if you can't identify your own trauma, your own triggers, kind of come to terms with your childhood, if you don't even know what makes you happy, that's a tall order to put on somebody else. Because if you don't know what makes you smile, what brings you a sense of purpose, and you put that, you're going to put it on somebody else who can't fulfill it because you don't know it. That's already setting you up and them up for failure. Therapy, heal yourself. Also, you cannot heal other people. Let's not go fix broken people, okay? That's what Bob the Builder is for. That's not your name. They can go and get fixed somewhere else. That's not what you do, okay? Don't feel like you have to. find somebody and I hate to say this, but you need to find somebody who's kind of like where you're at. Hierarchy of needs. Okay. If you're here and they're there, it's not going to work. It's not. It's okay to say that somebody is not where I'm at in this stage of life. It's okay to say that. Be real with people, because if they're struggling trying to find a job, they're struggling with housing, they're struggling with self-esteem, and you already got a car, a job, a house, a Fortune 500 company, they don't have the same needs as you. It's not going to work out. Be real with yourself. And you need to know who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, the next person that comes along is going to make you into somebody that they want you to be, and then they're going to get mad at you because they've made you somebody else that they didn't fall for. That's already a setup for disaster. Know thyself.
Well, dang, Kay. Preaching people. You know, like, how will they learn except there's a teacher? Amen to that. But y'all, this was just stupid, and I had to throw this in here because dating your possible cousin. Oh, Love is Blind UK. You have bewitched this person. Now, did y'all for a second in their conversation when they were talking about their grandparents and they were like, oh, my grandmother's name is Mary. My grandfather's name is Bill. So is mine. And they were like, are we related? According to Love is Blind and the producers, they are not really related. But did any of y'all catch that during the episode?
I thought they were just, being cheeky. I didn't think for 1 second that they were.
Child. And then she was adopted, I thought. So I was like, how does that even make sense? Y'all, this is the look of a person who immediately realized they effed up. That I just had to throw that in there just for good measure because girl, she literally tried
it was at this moment. Like it took her that long to feel the vibes. It's like the vibes all of a sudden jumped off and the red flags that she didn't see before.
Like soon as the little slide doors open, it's like, oh, hey, I ain't never seen people embrace slower. Oh, hi. Then in this one, I don't care what nobody has to say. She's gorgeous to me. What the hell?
Absolutely.
Girl. That's right on over there with it. If I could pick her up, like I should be able to run and pick her up. She said you might not be able to pick me up. Like, oh, I wonder what she meant by that. Child.
He probably looked at him and thought that he was funny looking.
This is not a look of love and affection. This is a look of like you look like this. In my opinion, is how I would have taken it. So, this is the moment they meet in real life because she chose him after all the red flags, after everything. And he gets down on his raggedy knee and proceeds to pull out a ring, and she puts it on her right hand instead of the left. Mind you, she talks a lot about her previous marriage and how, that was all hard for her and everything. It's just the most incompatible, awkward meetup that I've seen. It was terrible. I hated everything about it. Anybody else have anything to say about this before we ease on down the road?
Child, do better.
Lord have mercy. Game time. I just want to know, as we go through these couples, and that it's not going to be long, y'all, but as we go through these couples, I want you guys to be thinking in your mind, who's gonna last? But right up instantly, right now, before we go to our commercial break, I want to know, of the couples, who are your favorites? And I will run them up really quick just so you can see them. We have Sabrina and Steven, Freddie and Cat, Nicole and Sam and Benaiah, Maria and Tom, Bobby and Jasmine, Ollie and Demi. D, I'm going to start with you.
Oh man. I think I'm thinking Sabrina and Steven possibly, and then scroll down one more time.
Okay. You got the side look. Like,
oh. Assuming that the assuming that the taming of the draws does not diminish everything, there might be a chance for Tom and old girl as well. Maybe.
Okay. So Sabrina and Steven possibly, and Tom and Maria. And so these are your two favorite couples.
So far. So here's the thing. I like Ollie and Demi because I like, because there's a part of me that there's a part of me that sees what this could be, but I feel like what I'm imagining is not what's going to be. So technically it's like I'm rooting for them, but I feel like I'm setting myself up. So I'm trying to kind of go in a different direction. I'm like, maybe it's going to be something I don't, expect. And it could be the more unlikely people. Because I just feel like I feel like what I want for Demi and how this is going to turn out, I don't get a great feeling. So I don't want to invest like that.
We know he ain't gonna act right, D. He's not gonna act right. Kay, favorite couple so far? You gotta pick one. Just pick one, Kay. Just pick one.
Give me the boring. Give me them right there because I don't like nobody else together. Give me them too.
Sabrina,
they might have something. I don't. Okay. They might. Out of anybody, they might have something together, as they are very forgettable.
You know what? Steven ain't forgettable for me, but Sabrina is. Struggle. Now, Tyra, I know you said none, but you got to pick one just for the sake of the conversation. Give us one. So.
Oh God. So
TJ Henderson?
I'll take TJ for 200, Alex. I'll take TJ Henderson and Jasmine. They're probably the only ones. I really don't. I don't care or just really see anything in these couples. It's either going to be TJ Henderson and Jasmine or Bronny Paper Towels. That's all I got.
Yeah, she said that's it, and that's all. Oh, Lordy McGordy. Okay, guys, it's time. It's time for a commercial break. We will be right back. Maybe. Maybe we'll be right back.
I believe it.
They don't play it. You want me to sing?
Oh, I might have to have you sing here in a minute. Oh no, here we go.
I'm here to find my husband.
Thank y'all for being here. I think we got up to 40 some in the chat tonight. Thank y'all for being here on a Thursday night. We appreciate you so much. And I know this ain't in everybody's wheelhouse, honey. We don't talk reality all the time. But alas, we're here. And we're just gonna do some quick work for the rest of these couples, because again, they're couples. Y'all want to know who they chose and who they matched up with. And we'll start with the most boring of them all. Steven and Sabrina. Y'all, I'm hopeful for this couple. I do think she's very boring, but I think that's what he needs. We know he has a fear of abandonment. I believe he said he was raised in a single household and it was a man's world. All of his brothers, he went to a boys' school. I really liked Steven. I think Steven is a grown man and he's really prepared for a wife in marriage. Sabrina, I don't know. She pissed me off, y'all, if I can be honest. They're getting together in the pods, making it work. And he's smitten, right? And she's like, you know what? I don't really care if I have kids. Like, honestly, I really don't want to have kids. And he says, you know, kids are a necessity. I think I'd be a great father. I want them. You know, and so they kind of hem and haw a little bit around that. And finally, she's like, okay, we can do surrogacy. Girl, you could have said that in the beginning instead of causing us all this trouble. Then when he finally proposes,
Wow.
she says, but she pissed me off because, girl, where's the butt at? Where's the butt at?
Actually, the way I yelled the B word so loud. Yeah, like she was personally butting at me and then it cut. Like, what? Why? Like, that was so childish to me, getting his little, like, oh, is she gonna say no? Like, even my daughter, who wasn't even watching, she was like, what was she doing it for? I was like, oh, no, childish. I don't like them together. I like him, but I don't like her for him.
It's something to muck with her. I think that was a weird move. And again, my thing was, what was the point of it? Were you just trying to keep him on the edge of his seat and make him feel like you were something? I don't know. Kay, what did you think of that moment? And what do you think of them? I know you said you alluded to a little bit earlier, but what do you think of Sabrina and Bryant together and her butt?
She threw that butt out there because she wanted to say, you know, I really don't want kids, but if you do, then I don't know how this we go. That's what that was for, girl. If that ain't what you want, just before you y'all meet and walk down the aisle, let's not play those games because he's hoping for something that you might not deliver on. So if there was a butt there, let's follow through with the butt. No, say what was going to be on the other half of that so he can know, because he didn't already had a bad experience one time. Don't traumatize this man.
Yes, honey, because Kay thought when he was talking about his ex with the tumor that he left the lady with the tumor.
I was going to be so mad at him.
My issue is if, you know, kids are even going to be on the table at all. Like, if they're off, and it's the difference between I don't see myself with children. Some people just legit don't want any children. But if you're willing to do surrogacy, it's just like, well, I don't want to, you know, ruin my frame. Like, what does that even mean? Why exactly don't you want children? Because it's unclear for me, because I thought it was a personal choice. But if you're going to do surrogacy, then it just becomes a shallow thing.
I was just like, that's when it got weird, when she was just like gung-ho, I don't want to have them. But, oh, yeah, we could do it. So, which one is it? She
wanted to leave with somebody. That's what it was. I don't know. I'm not here for it.
D. You're muted.
Muted, D.
You're muted, D. Very much muted.
It felt like he took some enjoyment in letting me know that, Ashley. But I'll move on. It was definitely giving me stunts and shows. We needed a to be continued moment. We needed a cliffhanger to get us into the next episode, and she was more than willing to provide it. As soon as she said that, but I was just like, okay. For whatever reason, I just felt like, okay, watch this conveniently be resolved, and that something else is going to be at the end of that. But I was not surprised. I'll just say, as far as what you guys have said about her, I just think when the storms of life are raging, sometimes you need Benadryl, and maybe that's what Sabrina is here to be, his Benadryl.
To put us to sleep. I guess so. Maybe next. And I'm gonna start in, because I just want y'all to know that, again, she's a liar, cheater, deceiver, scammer. All right. Because one thing's for certain and two things for sure as the grass is green, as sure as the sky outside was blue earlier today, she ain't let Ollie go. She knew what was going to happen. She knew that Ollie wasn't finna choose her, and she wanted to save face in that moment. And the fact that she has been going around town telling everybody, oh, I'm so glad I broke up with Ollie. You know, I'm so glad that I broke up with him. However, the men are the only people I'm excited to see at the mixer because I want to see Ollie. How do you think that made Freddie feel? I guarantee you she's going to break little Freddie's heart. Somebody alluded to it earlier that there may be something below the surface. And I think so. I think when he touched on his relationship with his brother with Down syndrome and how he will be taking care of his brother in the event that something happens to their parents, I do think there's something below the surface with him. I think he's deep and I think he's feeling, and I think Kat is just there for show. I think she thinks she's Sharon Stone and she's no Sharon Stone. Kay, I'm going to start with you. What do you think of Kat? What do you think of this match with Freddie? What do you think? Did she know Ollie was finna break up with her? Is that why she went in there talking about, I'ma just give it to Demi. I'ma just give it to her.
She is just as fake as she is as those lip fillers. So I don't believe anything that she says towards Freddie at all. I feel bad for him because I really think he might be looking for love, especially when he said like his career is hard. Like it's hard to meet people in his line of work. And she's just like, oh, yay, I love you so much. You're just so great. The smile is even fake. Like I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced by her at all or this bleach blonde hair.
Bleach blonde, bad built, butch body. Sorry.
All I really have to say about Kat is, you know, chirp, 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 chirp. That's all it's given to me. I just feel like this, and here, I don't even want to go there, but I just feel like some of these friendship dynamics. I'm not saying it's always an interracial thing, but sometimes it is. I just think you can have these friends where you feel like, and even if you were to take that part away, you can just have those friends who simply are friends with you because it allows them to feel superior. You are and we've seen even with television shows, like how you always have the tall, skinny, blonde, popular one, and then they have the loud, funny, sassy, undateable Black chick on the side. And I kind of feels like we are seeing that dynamic play out. And then you think like, this is my friend, and all of a sudden it's something suddenly in something microaggressive, of course, rears itself, and then okay, so that's how you really feel. When she was that whole thing where she was just like, oh well, you know, I don't want to get in trouble, so I'm not gonna say it. Just say it. She's fat, she's Black, she's not on my level, and there's no way he would want her like he would want me. I would almost respect you more if you would just say it. You know what I'm saying? And I just think, and then again, that superiority thing, like how you wouldn't dare break up with me, you wouldn't dare leave me for that. So I'm just going to tell you, you know what? I'm going to set you free, and yeah, you know, I'm gonna let you have that. You know, here's the consolation prize. It was very transparent.
Exactly. And girl, who do you think you are? And that's what really pissed me off. Oh, my mouth always gets me into trouble. Well, let it get you into trouble, sis. At least I would have been honest. At least it would have been sincere. At least it would have been your true nature. Struggle, Tyra, talk to us about this.
The way Demi could tackle her ass.
that part.
We don't have time for that. Like the whole, you know, I'm gonna keep it was very, you know, my mom always told me if I don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. So, you know, I'm like, don't speak on Demi in that matter. I really felt like her little play of being the bigger person. I think she thought he was gonna choose her because, like, because even then he's like, oh, she's just so great, she's so awesome. Look at how you're being so selfless right now in this moment. I really felt like she thought it was gonna be like, you know what? It was a play for, you know, her to try to get at Ollie. And then, of course, she had her backup plan. If he doesn't choose me and he leaves with her, fine. Just wait till he sees me. That's all she's waiting on. Like, just wait till he sees me. I will be very interested to see how she acts when all the couples meet up, because she's definitely playing a game and just trying to get that attention. And I hate that because we're going to have to pan over to Demi feeling some type of way. Like, it's nothing to be intimidated over. I really feel like Freddie gonna get on her roll. I really do. I feel like there is some depth to Freddie, like you spoke on the and you know, she just so happy. Oh, I work with Down syndrome children too. Do you really? Show me some proof. show it to me on a sheet of paper, girl. Like it's just very. I feel like he's gonna blossom, and it's gonna be more than, you know, girl, I'm here for such and such. It's just not always about how I look. I think that's gonna be shocking to her, because I don't think she expects much out of Freddie beyond him being eye candy and, you know, something to lay up on at night. And I'm hoping, like, girl, I should hope you ain't do all this for your end game to be Ollie, girl. Okay.
And here's the thing: she's not a spring chicken. You can see it in her face. She's not a spring chicken. And I mean, they like her body and everything, but to me, she's not giving what she feels like she gave in my mind. And if Ollie sits his Craig David Sr. tail up there and acts wonderstruck when he sees her, it's gonna piss me off. Because let's not. Because she's not, I mean, to the me, and I'm not a man. I don't know. I mean, I
think he's gonna fawn all over her, and then he's gonna be like, well, just, you know, in the pods and in the Grease villa, we were just, you know, what's up? It's gonna be a sad thing to look at.
Let me also say, I don't, you know, I try to refrain from any extensive commentary referring to women's looks. All I will simply say in regards to Cat is that there are clearly some cracks in the foundation, if you get what I mean.
And I respect that, D, but I'm gonna go in every time because she's diabolical.
D said he see them crow's feet.
He saw him. We can see him from here. We can see him from a mile away. Next, we have Maria and Tom. And yeah, Kay mentioned this. And I am going to second her emotion there, because he wanted them cakes. He wanted them cheeks. He wanted them ninas. Because when he said in that pod, I could feel your hips pressed on my hips. I was like, oh, y'all some freaky deeks. And then when they get to Grease, the way he was all up on her, and you know, people say, oh, he was just telling jokes or whatever, talking about she's out of her league. He kept saying little snide, like he thought they were funny. She thought it was funny too. But to me, that echoes some truth in the way that he possibly feels about her. And I don't know what I think of that dynamic. I think they definitely have sexual chemistry, but I feel like, what is it after that? And something someone else said earlier about being with someone who you feel is your inferior, I guess, can make you feel better about yourself. And for whatever reason, he kept saying, she makes me feel like I'm just the best. She makes me feel that, I don't know. It threw me off, because I honestly agree with Tyra. I thought Natasha, AKA Tosh, was a better match for him. Tyra, I'm going to start with you.
Absolutely the better match. This is, you know, your usual case of somebody going, which is crazy. Like, you can't even see these people, but you can tell people paying attention to certain details to maybe know, like, oh, this person's probably a little bit more curvaceous or sexual, or he went for, you know, the other brain and not the main one. Even when they met, he was like, oh, I like your boobs. Like, your boobs look so good. I'm like, oh, come on. Hopefully this is something that can blossom into a real relationship, and it's not just something sexual, because if you came all the way here for sex, like, you could have gotten that anywhere. And it just says a lot about him that was the first thing on his mind. And she's all here for it. She's just happy to have been chose, child. And I'm glad little mama didn't get her feelings hurt. She cried a little bit, but baby, this ain't what you want. This is nobody's prize. Personally, go ahead. My baby was like, oh, my baby said, Mama, where's his tooth? Why would I said, baby, I said, it's there. It's you have to catch it in the frame. But if this is that, because they're all like, isn't he supposed to get that fixed before he gets on there? I said, well, no, you know, it's come as you are, you know. But everybody else just looks so good. I would have thought he would have got that fixed to come on TV. I said, girl.
And Maria's tea, like, her body's tea. I mean, I thought she had good conversation. I thought it was a lot top. Like, their conversation was shallow. He didn't open up to her in a real way. It wasn't deep. It's definitely just about the attraction. But I wanted better for her. Kay, what you think of Maria and Tom? What you think of Tom?
You already. If you know what, if they're here for a good time and not a long time, the more power to them. But does this have what it takes underneath to really work? They might have some good nights. That's all I got for him.
Hopefully they're good at least. Hopefully. He looks a little dry. Like
he don't look like they good. He don't give that.
He don't look like he gonna take you to the jungle, right, Kay? He don't. D, Tom and Maria.
I will admit I was probably distracted because I do think the body is bodying on Maria, and that cannot be denied. However, I do think that as someone who can be, well, who has been passive aggressive, but kind of hinting at certain things or kind of being slick with certain things. And not in this, nothing relationship wise, but just as far as people I really didn't like, but I'm like, let's just kind of throw some jabs in there. I do think some of that is kind of worrisome. Like I can kind of, even with me, like even when with certain jokes I've made, I've kind of had to learn how to like chill on the sarcasm and pull back on some of that stuff, because even when I'm trying to genuinely be funny and just kind of joke and jibe, some folks recognize that there was something not genuine or something disconnected about the way I would do that. So I think it would be unfortunate if that's really the case, but I do think time will tell what happens once the drawers are begotten of. And I think that's the tester.
That's the tester. Somebody gonna give me this full theme song. I want it. I think that'll be another dance break for the people that have stuck it with us for the long haul. Y'all have y'all TJ Henderson, because I don't know the song, y'all. I don't know it by heart. How's it go, Tom? How's it go, D?
Listen, a prenacious little shorty with 1,000 IQ. You're supposed to know the song, Ashley.
Now y'all really be something if y'all sing the later season songs. That was mine.
Every day's another.
There we go.
In the world.
Well, we know the remix. Okay, we know the remix.
I'm here for it. I enjoy it. But what y'all think about TJ? Well, so here's the thing. Again, his career, makes me uncomfortable, a little bit nervous. And Jasmine seems like a girl who gets the girls. Like, look at her with her Van Cleef on. Like, she's not one of them. So I'm hoping that he'll be able to sustain and provide. I too thought, oh, he's definitely not her type. She's used to, like she said, she's like, I'm used to a bigger man. And he's fun size, right? But she's fun size as well. So it could work. She says that she's never met a man this way and that they connect on this deep level. I want it to work for him because he seems in earnest, hooked on her. Like he's really, really into her. And I hope that it works out. Kay, what you think about TJ Henderson and Jasmine?
I said they look like good friends. It looks like they could go shopping together and just have a blast. I just see really good friends here. Like, they probably gonna get along the best because they look like really good friends. I just hope that the romance creeps in there somehow. And I really want him to explain his job. I just want to know how much they make. I need to know if I need to leave what I'm doing.
What you think of TJ Henderson and Jazz?
So the thing with Jasmine is that I like her, but it seems like there's potential for a love him and leave him type situation. She's already admitted that she's all about the rugged, thuggish bone, and clearly Bobby is not keeping in line with that. So yeah, and I do think he definitely is into her, but it's one of those things where it's just like I can see it teetering in the wrong direction. I don't want that to happen. But yeah, I just feel like the fact that she's made that clear already, and even just how she was able to clock all that stuff with Sam, I was just kind of like, she really does not have to stick around. I can tell she's someone who doesn't stick around if she doesn't have to. So there's room for her to definitely make an exit if she feels like she has to.
Yeah, she's definitely not trapped. Jasmine knows her own mind, and she's not afraid to tell the truth. Tyra, what you think of Lil Bobby Johnson and Jasmine?
No, she better not hurt TJ Henderson's feelings. Don't do that. He likes her. He really likes her. And if it was all of that in the pause and we get out and he's not, physically, now the money part, when we see their homes, it's going to tell us everything we need to know. When we see the way that Taj Mowry is living, it's going to tell us, Tia and Tamara might be there. There might be a whole slew of people. We never know. It might, and his family, but I'm not going to front and act like she doesn't look like he needs to have a Q coin. Because it gives that, as long as that part is okay, I think I see potential in what they could have. They're the only ones I see any ounce of potential in. I'm just hoping that a taller, richer man, bigger, doesn't come along with a bag and she hurt my boy feelings. So I'm hoping that he has benefits.
That girl from yonder says she's a leaver. She's a leaver. Listen, and I would hate to see it because I feel like that would be heartbreaking for him. Now, these jokers. Again, I'm gonna take this opportunity to give Benaiah his flowers because it does take a different kind of man to do what he did. I love the fact that he sought wise counsel out, that he was listening to everything that Sam was saying, and he had a real interest in protecting Nicole from him. And he was like, even if you don't choose me, he done went to Steven, who's the most reliable, real man in that house, and said, Steven, what should I do? He said, if you care about her, do you love her? Do you love her? Then you gotta right. And I loved how he even approached her so delicately with it. Again, I think her issue was she felt like he rejected her because he didn't tell her, I love you and I want to marry you on day 2. That was her biggest issue. And the fact that she went with Sam was disgusting. And so we get to Greece and they're noticeably absent. I said, we almost through episode 4. Where are these people at? Okay. We get a flashback to her saying, I knew something was wrong. We saw this heifer pacing in the back room as soon as she took that ring and was like, oh, there was a sign. I put it on my right hand instead of my left. Baby, that wasn't a sign. You saw his funny looking face and knew that it was not a match. You knew that he was not a winner, and you knew that he wasn't what it was. When he said, I think I love you, because he said it again. And she says, I'll hold on to that. Girl, find something to do. So she packs her raggedy duffel bag. He packs his, and they go separate ways. No Grease. And we see on the previews for the next episode, she now want to double back with Benaiah. I made a terrible mistake. I want you back. D, I'm starting with you because you're shaking your head the hardest on this one. What do you think about this whole situation, this debacle, and everything that transpired?
I don't. So here's the thing, like, it was very obvious, and again, I try to, I'm new to this, and so I try to give it a little time to see if I'm right about certain people or not, because with Sam, it was already looking shaky. But I just feel like even before it was made clear to her, like, so it was very clear to me even before that, that Sam was given, all I do is win, 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 no matter what, focused on my fame, and I'm never giving up. Okay, like, some people just like want, and it could be anything. Maybe it's the television, maybe it's the notoriety, the clout, the whatever. It could be anything. But I just, when people are disingenuous, it jumps out to me immediately. And there's so much, you know what? I didn't know this was a thing, but is Sam like the first male pick-me we've seen on television? Because it was definitely giving like, choose me, love me. Like, it was definitely giving that. Shout out to Jerry Maguire. It was definitely giving all of that. And just, whoever takes me, it works. Whoever can get me to the end, that works. But then it still crumbled. That scene when they came together, that was one of the most uncomfortable things I've seen in a long time. And I just kind of feel like I don't know, to not already have the discernment, but then every possible wrong thing, even the fact that like, why are you putting on your own ring and on the wrong hand? It's just like there were just so many. It was painful. It was painful to watch, and I just kind of feel like if Chance didn't run up on stage on the I Love New York reunion after Tango clowned her, then why should Benaiah feel like he should have to double back and give Nicole a chance?
Nope. And he better not with his Birkenstock wearing self. I love him down bad. I would have been somewhere. We would have been me and him would have been together. Me and Benaiah would have been together because that's a good man. Tyra, talk to me about it. Talk to me about your girl Nicole, the wrong ring, I think I like you. I think I could love you.
Forget Nicole. The way we would have been in the woods with our matching Birkenstocks and our temp and our lit fire, girl. What the hell is you doing? What are you doing? Like, as soon as they met, I said, girl, this is your person. This is your person. She found her person. I had hope. I had a little glimmer, like, because I told you I wasn't rooting for anybody. She disappointed me because she messed that up. I was like, all right, these are my people. I can see it. Like, they give up, she gives, like, black, white girl. I love it. Like, I see it. I see it. I see it. I'm here with it. It's, I love it. And then she stepped on everything for this. Like, first of all, when she did this, I was like, good. You don't deserve Birkenstocks anyway.
Nope.
You deserve to walk through the woods with that man and hike up a trail with those matching Birkenstocks with your little backpacks on. You don't deserve that, because if we are just so quick, and then the way she was so, I don't know. Wipe your face. Get yourself together. The way I would have told her, you made your bed, and I know he's not, because he's not the type of guy. He's not, because he's not that type of guy, but the way I would have told her, you made this decision, you're lying it. Like, girl, you got one time to throw my Birkenstocks out on a good day, and it's over. The way that shimmy when the magical doors open and she saw Sam, it was like, oh, like, what proper hell? Like, oh my gosh, it was like it was not the glee happy, like, oh my God, let me run. Like, and it's not even about opening those doors and her physically seeing the way Sam looks. You knew that was messed up before you got there. So it's like, why did you make this stupid decision? You felt that way about Sam and unsure before you stood behind that door. Were you thinking that he just was going to be everything you wanted physically and that was going to enhance something for you? Like, what exactly was it that made you tell Thor no? Like, I'm confused. Why would you do man bun like that? And he was just so honest and got all that courage of just tell me so I can make the decision. Trust me with the information. We don't trust you with nothing, girl. We don't trust you to make no decisions, Nicole. You disappointed me, girl. I was about to root for you and for Birkenstocks, and you took it away.
Rooting for you. We were all rooting for you, Nicole.
How dare you?
And even how Benaiah left it, even after she brutally rebuffs him, he says, you know what? I learned so much from you. Like, I still care for you. Like, just knowing you these couple days have made my life better. Like, girl, you should have been kicking. I'm sorry. I take it back. I take it back. I had a moment. I can't believe what I just did. Kay, talk to me about it. What did you think? How did you feel?
Child, she took one look at Sam and said he looked like he should have been on Jersey Shore instead of Love Is Blind, and then had a whole moment where her mind just completely shut down and said, "Girl, what are you doing?" It took where is the mental block at? I'm a fake behind spiritual person. What kind of yoga are you doing, Nicole? It's not the right kind, because the yoga you're supposed to be doing would have hooked you up with Thor over here and saw genuineness. It's appalling that she couldn't see somebody who was actually really grounded and trying to be sincere versus the love bombing that happened over here. The fake love bombing. He didn't even for once have any type of sincerity in his voice. He don't sound sincere. He don't look authentic. And when she got in front of him, it hit her like a ton of bricks. That and see, this is why people get catfish, because they'll talk to people on the computer, they'll talk to people through these messengers and stuff like this and these apps, and they'll connect with people and they'll fall for somebody and they'll fall for the illusion. Sam looked good as an illusion because in her mind she fantasized the guy that would tell you, I love you, you're beautiful, I want to be with you, let's get married, I want to make sure you kiss me every morning when you leave and then at night, and we just gonna grow old together. In her mind she created a fantasy man, and Sam love bombed her into a fantasy. And ma'am, guess what a fantasy is? It's pretend. And you got a pretender. Congratulations.
Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
What pissed me off is that she snatched the experience from me twice. You know what? Fine. You ain't pick Birkenstocks. It's okay. I was so looking forward to seeing her waddle in regret and grease and live with that man and stick to her decision. Stick with that decision you made, waking up to that and them fake pronounced grand gestures of love that don't exist. I just wanted to see that and see that and see her looking over at those matching sinks, them his and her sinks and rooms. Like, oh God, she took that from us too. We couldn't have it.
She stayed
One
still.
job. She had one job.
And she failed. Nicole should be a case study because I honestly don't understand it. I don't know how somebody's I don't know how somebody's spirit could lead them so wrong. And then her having the audacity to say, I have to follow my gut. Girl, your gut is broken. It's broken. It's broken. And it was really sad to see, but I don't think she's the only one like that who would rather believe a dream than a reality. You know what I mean? Benaiah told her the truth. I don't know yet, but we're getting there versus, will you stroke me? Because what the hell, Sam? Will you stroke me? Man? Like, come on, girl. That's probably one of the worst examples because you got literal warnings, not just, your feeling in the beginning. Two separate people came up to you and told you, I don't think he's authentic. I don't think he's real. Girl, he told me the same thing. That wasn't enough for you, Nicole?
No, the way that she made her decision based off of that funky old bracelet. I say, girl. Them lowered expectations will get you every time.
He can't bracelet. Come on, buddy.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Last couple, y'all.
Oh, I forgot about one.
Here's the thing. I love Demi down real bad, but she suffers from what a lot of women suffer for, which is a low self-image. Okay. You have to get that reference But I don't know if she was ready for this type of show in this space, right? I think anyone that she would have connected with, she would have been struggling with the idea of, am I good enough? Am I small enough? Am I pretty enough? Is this going to be a match? And I think she led with that, so much so that I need to make him want me. So I'm going to go over and above. I'm going to make sure for his birthday, the room is filled with balloons. I'm going to write him a 4-page letter. I'm going to give him some crystals and rocks, you know what I mean, to show that I'm worthy, that I'm, you know what I mean? And to me, it was very much, I want to prove to him that I'm worthy of being chosen because I'm normally friend zoned. And the fact that she tells him that, another PSA, ladies, don't do that. Okay. Don't do that, especially immediately. Don't tell these men what your weaknesses are, all of your insecurities, because a predator is going to play on that every single time. And so he takes that, she's always friend zoned. I wonder why. And then when they meet, it gave Clay and AD for me, him convincing himself that I like her. Oh, she's so beautiful. Oh, that body, that nyash back there. I love it all. But do you, Ollie? You know what I mean? It just gave disingenuous. And then the fact that y'all get to Greece. And like I said, you ain't even slap her on the knee with it. You didn't hit her at the small of her back when y'all were sleeping. Like nothing, not a poke. And y'all didn't have to go to the jungle or get Bucky naked, but she said it was very PG. I ain't like that. And I don't like the previews for what I see going forward. Tyra, you're the most animated. I'm going to go to you.
Because the way you want Ollie to just slap her on the forehead with like, hey, girl,
I mean, it should poke. If we're spooning, there should be. I should feel. Ooh, what's that?
What's that? Just like, put it on my face so I know it's real.
I ain't say all that, but you know, poke her. Let her know you like her a little bit.
He's not interested. He's not like. He's not. He doesn't. When he saw her, it even rubbed me the wrong way when he said that she was curvy in all the right places. I just like, I'm not liking it. I don't like it. It seemed like he regret old Sharon Stone. And maybe that's who he really wanted to walk away from with this experience. But when she was all, I'm gonna be the bigger person and just and it's just all of this, and then it's kind of like, I weighed my options. Well, she did do all of this stuff on my birthday, so I mean, it was like, why not pick her? Why not choose her? It just felt like I'm doing Demi a favor. He has no intentions of sticking with this woman, and I hate that she can't see that. I hate that she even thought she saw something in him that was warranted. I didn't even like the display. Not saying that you shouldn't do anything, for a birthday or celebrate her, but like, it was very like, pick me. Mm-hmm. Like, choose me. I did this for you. Like, I'm worthy of everything that you're going to bestow upon me, Ollie.
Nobody.
But that gold chain.
Old Craig David. Look like he got missing teeth too. Look like it a little bit.
It just wasn't. No spice towards Ollie. Very, it's given took it for a drink on Tuesday. It gives, but it's just not as transparent as she was, and for what I thought she was giving and being as vulnerable as he was. I don't think she was being met where she is. A woman like Demi needs a lot of attention, a lot of care, a lot of reassurance. Ollie is not about to give that to her, and just how she was acting. Like, she's gonna be like that the whole time, and it's giving. What was the girl named last season who was insecure as hell?
Oh, Chelsea, Lord of mercy.
Who thought she looked like, who was giving Megan Fox? If you blink twice and look down and look back up again, it's like, why you even told me I was beautiful? You didn't even kiss me this morning. I don't want to see none of that coming up off of. I don't want to see that off of Demi. I don't want to see that. I'm hoping that Demi eventually stands up, because she is clearly a strong woman, mentally and physically. I can see that, but she's just been probably friend zoned a lot, so she's just trying to get chose. This is not the way to do it, and I'm hoping that Demi, realizes her worth, and we're in that. Why didn't you didn't even look at me when you woke up this morning? I don't want to see that. I don't want to see none of them scenarios.
Please no. Okay.
I need her to care about herself, because I mean, I ain't say you got to have Kanye West level confidence, but you showing him the cracks in the system already so he can take advantage of it. And when people have a little slight hint of narcissism in them, he's going to take advantage of your weaknesses. Like you're feeding him fuel. So he's going to take all these insecurities, all these vulnerable moments, and then flip them on you in the worst way. And I don't want that for her. I want her to know, like, I am strong. I am bad. I know I enjoy my curves, and a lot of other people do too. You don't have to be the only one. Like, let him know, like, I know I'm a 10, because I feel like if we asked her to rate herself on a scale of 1 to 10, she's probably going to say a 4 or 5. And he's probably going to give her like a 5 or a 6 too. And I need her to say 10. And if he doesn't agree with a 10, then go find the person who is going to rate you a 12.
That part, because he's out there. I guarantee you, sis, he's out there.
He's not. He would probably no. He's going to help her keep her self-esteem right where it is.
He's gonna play in her face real bad, and it's gonna hurt my feelings and piss me off at the same time. D, what say you?
Do I have to? That makes me upset. Oh, I don't like it. But here's the thing: it comes down to what Kay was saying earlier. It's like, like if you don't know yourself, if you don't already have a sense of self, a sense of identity, Of course, therapy among other things. I'm just saying, but like, if you already don't know who you are, if you already haven't worked through certain issues as far as self-esteem and self-perception and all those things, and mind you, I won't say that I've got it all figured out, but I'm at a point where I say it all the time, but like, I'm not perfect, but I know I'm solid. Like, there are things that may be flawed about me, but I'm very, very comfortable and very like, I'm good on where I am and where I'm meant to be and what my trajectory in life is going to be going forward. And I'm cool with however that looks. It doesn't have to look any certain way. And I just need her to get to the point where it's like, regardless of how this guy sees you, it should be a compliment. It shouldn't be like, his presence shouldn't be the affirmation, for you to understand like, yes, this is it. No. Because if he goes away, then what? So that's what I'm saying. That's why it's important to have that. And that to me is the more significant thing. Now, it would be great to be able to have, for him to be a support system to her, but it's not given that we're going to get that, which I do not. Again, I don't like it.
I don't either,
I just really want us to be wrong and be like, you know what?
We
never thought Ollie would show up in this way. Look how he showed up. I would love for us to be wrong.
We're not. My discernment doesn't fail me. I promise you it doesn't. And he's not it. And I think, he's going to be one of those. And I do respect the fact that he's not going to slap her in the face with it and then turn around and leave her. I think it's already in his mind that he's not going to go the distance with her. And so I prefer him not to indulge in that way. If that's going to be the result of it. We don't want her ripped to shreds. She's already on national television, which again, I really wish they would do some like pre-counseling before they go on these shows. Like, that would be my hope for the future. And because I think it's irresponsible to have people who are struggling so with their self-image or like borderline personality disorders, like, and then you set people up with predators, right? We saw the last season, one of those guys had a track record for being abusive and all sorts of stuff, allegedly. And so it's like, there should be some vetting process with these types of shows. But y'all, that was it. Do y'all have any predictions for the next episode? Any things y'all want to see? I'll start with UK. Anything you want to see next episode or in the next set of episodes?
I need them to get to the ratchetness. I'm waiting on it. Give me the stuff that I come to watch reality TV for.
Okay, that was short and sweet. D.
I need if the discernment hasn't kicked in before now, I hope it kicks in eventually. Like, I'll take, for instance, like me and Tyra. Like, when we first got cool, I was kind of like, she might really be trying to support me on this platform, or she could be stringing me along and suppressing the hater within to strike at the right opportunity. But then I was absolutely wrong, right? And look at us now. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to be able to like really see things clearly. So I hope these people eventually will be able to pay attention and understand like what's really going on.
D. Okay, interesting. Tyra, I'm gonna go to you, friend. What say you?
I just be out here living my life. I'm not looking to strike on anybody, especially not D. I had a couple times. I forgot what I was about to say.
Next couple episodes.
I would love to see more Bronny paper towels. The girl doesn't have to be there. I just want to see him rubbing oil on his beard, taking long walks on the beach, sitting in, jacuzzi, just chilling. I'm here for Bronny paper towels. And see him in a good suit, see him be a man's man, see him cut some grass. I'm here for that. Who else? I want to see TJ Henderson. I think TJ Henderson is going to be the rock of the group. There's always that it's going to be him and Bronny paper towels telling the man, you know what? This is probably what you need to do. Hey, you see Demi back there? She's looking a little sad. Go check on your woman. I think TJ Henderson is going to be one of those people. I would love to see Demi like instantly know her self-worth and recognize the situation and get the hell away from Ollie, or put her foot down with Ollie, or do something like that. I don't want to see her getting hurt the entire rest of the show. And yeah, I would love for Birkenstocks to tell Nicole to go to the fireplace, but I just know he's not going to say that. I know he's not going to say that, and I think it's going to be interesting, their dynamic, because with the trailer, you still kind of see them within the show. And I'm like, well, baby, you didn't go to Greece, so why are we still here? Why are we still as present in the narrative or in the trailer to even be a part of the conversation? So that'll be interesting. I literally thought we were going to transition into her packing and meeting up with Birkenstocks and them being in Greece or something, or it just, but they're still just out of it. So I'm like, what are we going to do with this? I feel like it's going to be really messy. But yeah, more brawny paper towels and less Sharon Stone.
Absolutely. I second that. Now, my hopes are just that it's more entertaining. I do hope Demi stands up. I need her to put her big girl panties on and stand up. But I like a little bit of messiness, but I hope at least one couple chooses to stay together. That's really my biggest hope, that either boring Sabrina and Steven stay together, little Bobby Johnson and Jasmine, that could work. Yeah, those are the two couples I think can make it. But y'all, that's all I have. But before we go, let the people know what you got going on. Let's start with Kay from girl, hold on. Hold on. Hey, come back. Well, we're not going to start with Kay. We're going to start with D. Tell the people what you have going on. Kay will come back. I'm sorry.
Hey everyone, this is D, Movieman, fellow cinephile, popcorn addict, and emerging film critic, coming to you with reliable recaps, reviews, and reactions. If you are familiar with that tagline, or if you are not, that sums up what I do over on my channel. I enjoy talking about all things film. I love reacting to the occasional trailer, and I also love recapping some really solid TV series, which currently includes Lady in the Lake. And I may consider doing something with this series because I'm new to Love is Blind, but there are plenty of things to discuss, as you can see. So yes, please stay tuned. I'm also hopping back in with some more movie reviews. I recently did back-to-back live streams. I did a horror movie openings live stream with the ladies last Friday. Did my own personal live stream about ranking all the cameos in Deadpool and Wolverine, and then discussed Lady in the Lake on the Sunday, and then got to hang with my good friend Sin's Corner to discuss all the films we love that other people hate. So there's plenty of more coming. Live streams, reviews, all the things. Please stay tuned. Check me out at D Movie Man right here on YouTube.
Awesome. Thank you so much, D. Now, Kay, for real this time, what you got going on, friend? Forgive me. I pressed the wrong button.
Okay, tomorrow I'll be doing a summer horror tier ranking list, and y'all stay tuned. We might have some foolishness popping off afterwards. Come on that notification bell. Saturday horror panel. Sundays are for Lady in the Lake. Tuesdays, come back, interview with the vampire. I just put out a trailer breakdown for the It prequel, Welcome to Derry. I have my thoughts up for Deadpool and Wolverine. Come on over, get you some horror stuff, nerd stuff, superhero stuff. Look, we got some stuff coming this August. Come on over, hit that subscribe button. Do it now.
Y'all follow everyone on this panel. Last but not least, we have Tyra from Struggle Reviews TV. What you got going on, friend?
Nothing, just chilling. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely Friday. Be on the lookout. As Kay says, she will be going live doing a tier list with King Nikki TV. Saturday is KillerCon, where we talk all things horror, and of course Sundays are for Lady in the Lake, and Tuesdays, we talk vampires, interview with the vampire. There will be some new and fun stuff woven in there as soon as we get a handle on all things YouTube and, you know, get into what you guys are really showing up for. We need to do like low-key a live to pluck y'all brains, because we never know what are y'all watching. That's what I want to know, because you ain't watching Lady in the Light. But I said all that to say, please be there to support everything that we do when we do it. Be on the lookout for all the lives and all the really great things that we have coming for the remainder of this week, and have your notifications on for everybody's channel, because we all go live simultaneously. Thank you.
Thank y'all so much for being here. And thank y'all for the chat being here. People have been here consistently since the beginning for almost 2 hours. And we appreciate you so much, because I know, again, a lot of y'all aren't into reality TV. So you don't know how much it means to us that you come and you hang out with us. As far as me, y'all know I drop a little bit of something. My most recent uploads were my reaction video to Rebel Ridge, which is a brand new movie that'll air on Netflix on September 6th. I'm super excited about it. It's giving a Black Jack Reacher. And y'all know I'm here for Reacher, okay? But hit your notification bell. Make sure that you're subscribed to everyone on the panel. And please be sure to drop a comment, not just in the chat, but on each of our videos. That helps so much with pushing them out. Thank you guys so much for being here. And y'all have a great night.
Thank you for hosting.
On my way to see my friends, so let's couple blocks away from me. As I walked through the subway, must have been about 3:15. In front of me stood a beautiful honey.